done everything they've told me to do. Why aren't I rich and successful yet? Hello and welcome. I'm the real Charles Brown, and today we're going to talk about the very, very tantalizing and a very appealing idea of just do what I did and you'll have my success. So here on this channel, we tell the truth and we talk about authenticity quite a bit and about values and alignment quite a bit. And one of the reasons that I chose this topic is because I myself have been not necessarily a victim of this mindset or of this ideology, but I've definitely gotten drawn off my own path and away from my own authentic self, trying to follow someone else's formula. Now, there's two problems with doing that. Firstly, there's a generalization problem. Oftentimes, we'll get some kind of advice or some kind of surefire formula or some 37-step promise for success, and it's very generalized advice. And I'm afraid to be the one to tell you that typically by the time that advice makes it out there, especially if it's for free, it's been used and abused so much that many of those tactics and much of that advice is completely outdated and or even worse, was never applicable to your niche or your category in the first place. The other side of that coin is the idea that we can get advice that is so very specific that if we do one thing different, then the whole thing falls apart as well. And as we've talked about in the past, the landscape is changing. It's changing more quickly than ever before. So algorithms change and SEO changes and interests change almost at the speed of emotion these days. So what is it then? What is the secret to success? And I will tell you what I tell all of my clients, which is the secret is in that word success. So one of the problems that we run into is we get really seduced by the idea of, I've tried a couple things on my own and they weren't successful, but this person has some success. And so I want to listen to them and I want to learn from them. And obviously, it would be hypocritical of me to say that you shouldn't seek advice and seek success from other people, because that's what I do. But there's a very important piece to this puzzle that starts before you seek that advice, which is knowing yourself and knowing what you're trying to do and understanding what your metrics for success are. That's the key to this. Because when we chase after someone else's success, we end up winning prizes that we didn't want. I cannot tell you how many clients I have who have been very financially successful, but upon further review, when we realize that they're burned out and they're miserable and they're not really happy and they're really disappointed with their success, it's because when they do the work, they understand that their values were misaligned to this financial success and their needs are misaligned to this financial success. There's this idea in our society that money cures all problems. If you have enough money, you can buy the house, you can attract the perfect mate, you can be healthy. But that's not the case at all. In fact, that's completely backward. And if you talk to anyone who is really healthy and happy and successful, which is like the perfect triad of success, those people started with happy, got healthy, and then created the success, not the other way around. So a lot of times we get that out of order. But I really, really, really want to focus in and I really want to zoom in on this idea of buying someone else's success. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't ever work that way. Do what I do and you'll get what I had is completely misleading. You can't do it. Firstly, because you're not them. Secondly, it's not then. Thirdly, it's not there, right? That person's success is very contextual. It really depended on who they were, what their motivations are, what their strengths and their weaknesses are. They built their success to fit them. So to think that you can go put someone else's clothes on and they're going to fit perfectly is obviously a little bit insane, right? So if you really want to pursue your own success, it starts with understanding what your success is. I've talked about this a few times already in a couple of different videos, but one of the reasons that I feel successful isn't because I'm making a certain amount of money, but it's because I'm doing the work finally that I believe that I'm supposed to be doing, which is contributing to all of you. So that idea of success is my North Star. So I've been tantalized and I've been teased and I've been offered other forms of success in the past, certain titles, certain fee structures, certain, head counts and subscriber lists. And you know what? I've also talked about how those things don't really motivate me. I don't want that kind of paper success where I can tell people I'm successful because a million people follow me and listen to me. When the truth is that underlying metric is none of those million people ever got any value out of anything I had to say. None of them have changed their lives, and none of them are happier for having met me. My success metric is you come here, you learn something, you go away, and you're a better person for it. That's my success metric. And I'm happy to say that I've been able to do that over and over and over for a lot of different people. And now that paper success, the monetary success, the acknowledgement, the recognition, those things are starting to come, but that's not what I chased. When I stopped chasing those things and instead built a business and defined success on my own terms, then I actually started to feel successful and I was doing the work that was really important and valuable to me. Now, the real hidden danger to following someone else's plan, another piece of this is the idea that it's unsustainable. Okay. So if you build your business and you follow all their steps, and oh my gosh, you do get some success out of it. And maybe you learn a couple of things along the way. But eventually there's a point where you don't know what to do next because it wasn't your plan and you didn't learn any lessons along the way. So another piece of owning your own business, owning your own success, and building a life that is fulfilling to you is about understanding what things take precedence in your life. What are your priorities? Is family your absolute number one priority? Or is it faith? Is faith your number one priority? Or is monetary gain and success and entrepreneurial financial success and stability, is that your definition of success? You need to know that for yourself and then ask yourself, what's the likelihood that this person who I choose to follow has the same values and the same success metrics as me? It's very, very unlikely. Our identity is a lot like a fingerprint, and though we all maybe share a certain shape to it, the reality is the curves and the little dips and the little cuts and nicks here and there, they're all unique to us and our experience. So I just want you to take away from this, when you're defining your success, I will tell you where that comes from. Okay, that comes from knowing your values, your needs, and your belief system. That's where it starts. So before you ever even pick a business to pursue, before you even pick a business structure that you want to build that around, you have to know these things about yourself, or you're going to be stuck and you're most likely going to fall victim to my opening statement, which is I did everything they said to do, but I'm still not rich and famous. I'm still not wealthy and successful. Why not? It's because what worked for them doesn't work for us, because we are different people. We have different beliefs, we have different strengths and different weaknesses. So the best thing that you can do for yourself if you are pursuing this idea of success is define that success very, very clearly. Specificity is king. Understand what your success metrics are. I really want a certain lifestyle. How much does that lifestyle cost? Do you need to make millions and millions and millions and millions just because it's possible? Or would you be really happy with this lifestyle? Because there's an inflection point there where more money doesn't mean less time. Okay. So understanding what's important to you, understanding what success means to you, what those metrics are, and then understanding what your strengths are. Don't spend all your time trying to shore up perceived weaknesses, especially when they have no impact on your success as you've defined it. Okay, I hope you find this valuable. Of course, that's always my goal and always my intention when I record these videos. If you enjoy this, by all means, subscribe, like the video, leave some comments, let me know, or you can find me at therealcharlesbrown.com. Thanks.